Hey, yo, mic check 1 2 1 2. Allow us to reintroduce ourselves. We are two peas in a podcast. I am Jay Will.
And I'm Katrina, also known as KK.
KK, this is episode number 1, numero uno. Shout out to the listeners. Shout out to the ones that's not listening. We'll see y'all soon because y'all will jump on the bandwagon.
Most definitely.
Most definitely. I will let the lady go first in introducing herself.
Hey y'all, I'm KK, also known as Katrina. 27 years old. Damn. Feeling old as shit.
Young as hell.
That's because you fucking pushing 40. Anyways, I'm 27 years old. I'm a Leo. I got 2 kids, Isabel and Joshua. They're pretty dope. I mean, well, they are.
No,
really,
they're
dope. I am an accountant. I went to Wayne State University to study accounting. I'm just really laid back. I enjoy meditating, journaling, reading books, any self-help books or any book that has a great storyline. So if you have any, shoot me some DMs because I'm always looking for some good books.
Definitely.
What about you, babe? Go ahead and introduce you.
Once again, this is Jay Will. I am a 33-year-old father of 3 boys. All of them wild, love them all to death though. Wild as hell, bad as hell.
Also cute though. So cute.
Yeah, that's all me. They get that from me, for sure. But I am the owner and creator of Inspiration All Day. I'm also an athlete, which, by the way, I was just telling my barber earlier today, I'm the very first Clay Thompson before.
And
Klay
please
Thompson.
explain that because I'm sure there's plenty of people that won't understand because I didn't.
I am Clay Thompson before Clay Thompson. When I was playing basketball, I was a shooter. I shot threes. And so if I shoot threes better than most people make layups, then I'm shooting threes all the time.
Right.
You can't guard it. And so that's what I used to do. And everybody be like, oh, you don't go to the hole. You don't dribble. You don't do this and that. All you do is shoot.
Well,
That was a complaint. But now Clay Thompson has 60 points while dribbling the ball 11 times the whole game, and he's praised for it. I'm Clay Thompson before Clay Thompson.
Put him in the league. Someone sign this boy.
Sign him. Y'all was going to sign J. Cole. They might as well sign me.
Yeah, shit.
Detroit Pistons, what's going on? I'll stay close to home.
I'm
Detroit
also native.
Ypsilanti native.
Oh, my bad.
Hey.
Excuse me.
Shout out to y'all on the East, though. Not too far east, y'all wild as hell. But other than that, I'm a personal trainer, certified, you know. I can get myself together. I can get y'all together for a small fee.
No cute bitches. You gotta be ugly.
She's not bullshit. Yeah, I think she's like dead serious.
I gotta send me your picture. I'll let you know if you can train me.
You have a screening process before we can really do it for real.
If you get denied, you cute.
And pretty much other than that, I mean, I'm a sports and a hip hop nerd. Love football and basketball. I watch all the other sports too because I'd rather do that than anything
your
else.
phone all day.
Yeah, you know, pretty much. And a hip hop nerd, so that's all I do. I might throw on an R&B track every once in a while, but other than that,
He be sending me some cute R&B music.
Yeah, that's because you're my girl. But other than that, I'm selling bricks and shooting niggas in the face and shooting kids strollers up.
Oh my god.
You know, so yeah, you know.
Yeah, he's a wild boy in his mind.
Yeah, but I mean, personally, before we start, you know, I got on my free Taxstone shirt. So shout out to Taxstone, man. He's locked up in New York, but I want to shout him out because he had a podcast that was really dope. You know, he was in the streets and really got his podcast up, and I really appreciate listening to him because as funny and raw as he was, you know, it showed me that I can speak my mind unapologetically. Say it for me.
Unapologetic.
There you go. You know I'm slow.
I knew what you were trying to say, baby. I understood.
Yeah,
but how long you been listening to him for? Like, what are you locked up for? I'm curious.
Murder.
I was about to say murder was the case.
Allegedly.
Oh, okay.
So that's why I can, you know.
But it's not I mean, he was convicted, right?
No, because of COVID, you know what I'm saying, you can't have court like that.
Oh, so this is an ongoing case.
Yeah.
So he's just chilling.
He's just sitting there chilling, waiting.
So you started listening to him prior to him?
Yeah, you know, he was popping, really started in 2016, I believe. He got put on by Charlamagne.
Okay.
Charlamagne.
Shout out Charlamagne.
Yeah, Charlamagne.
I love me some Breakfast Club.
Yeah, I just love breakfast. But, shout out to Taxstone, man, you know. And then I also want to dedicate to Stuart Scott. Rest in peace, Stuart Scott. He's one of my favorite people to be behind a microphone. You Sports Center analyst. And
Speaking of RIPs,
yeah,
I mean,
man.
it's Black History Month. Obviously, we got to acknowledge our people and definitely show love and give credit where it's due.
Absolutely. You know, we got I mean, the most notable ones that we have, you know, is the ones that should get probably the most
Made the
love.
most impact.
Yeah. So, you know, Malcolm X, human rights, civil rights activist, Huey P. Newton, probably my favorite of the group, the founder of the Black Panthers.
A movie coming out about him pretty soon, right?
Can't wait. In what, like
a couple
weeks?
Yeah.
I'm on that.
Yeah.
I might watch that a couple times.
I know.
You know,
I'm already hip.
Yeah, so we got Fred Hampton. He was the head of Chicago's district of the
They
Black
made a movie about
Panthers.
him too. It's in Chicago. You said
No, baby, we got it mixed up. The movie that's coming out is about Fred Hampton.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
My bad.
Yeah. He got murdered in his house. The police just busted and just started shooting.
Mm-hmm.
His girlfriend was pregnant on the bed with him, so you know. And also Harriet Tubman. You know, where's our $20 bills at?
Right.
Harriet Tubman.
Biden, it's up to you, man. What you trying to do?
Yeah, man.
You for the people, right?
Can we get them dubs though? We need those dubs.
And that stimmy. That stimmy boy.
We need the stimuli for sure.
I need to be stimulated.
Yeah, I love to be stimulated.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. But you know, she was born into slavery and she helped people escape slavery.
I mean, the list goes on.
Yeah,
I mean,
Rosa
Rosa Parks.
We
I mean,
can't acknowledge all of them. We'll be here all day, but
Right.
you know, definitely we want to shout out those people and recognize them in the shortest month that they gave us. You know,
every month is Black History Month. Just
should
like
be.
shout out to Stephen Curry. He made a post and he's like, look, every month, February, March, April, May, June, every month is Black History Month, and that's why it's so important in teaching your kids about Black history too, in the right Black history, because it's American history. So they're teaching you everything that happened in America. That's why you learn about Harriet Tubman.
Right.
So prior to slavery and prior to them being held captive and brought over to this foreign country, there is plenty of Black history that could go on. Like we were just talking about the book you were talking about, Mansa Musa. Like, I mean, richest man ever to live. $400 billion net worth.
Yeah.
I mean, just so many different things.
Our history does not begin in slavery.
At all. Nope.
At all. And
At
you know,
all.
they like to make that.
And that's just really important. Like, if you want to speak Black history, speak prior to outside of America,
slavery,
Black history. Yeah.
Slavery, that's not where we begin. But, you know, since we shout out the notable people that we always talk about, as we should.
Yeah.
You know, I think that we should focus every podcast this month for Black History. I want to focus on somebody that's currently making history.
Yeah.
You know, there's a long list of them. You want to start with yours?
Yeah, most definitely. I had two awesome women that I wanted to shout out, but I'm gonna go with Stacey Abrams this week. She was recently nominated for a Nobel Peace Prize, which is major.
Yes.
I mean, I'm pretty sure. Don't quote me, but she might.
For sure.
And a round of applause for her. I mean, she actually. So I didn't realize this, but she lost. She ran for governor and she lost by 55,000 votes in 2014 or 2018 in Atlanta, in Georgia. So a part of her campaign was to get Democrats registered to vote. And so since 2014, she has been able to register over 550,000 Democrats. Which was a huge testament to Joe Biden beating Donald Trump.
Yes,
that's why she was so recognized. You might be hearing about all this praise, and you just see posts, and you're just like, oh, well, that's cool. Like, she got people. But no, I mean, just by the magnitude of getting Black people to vote in general.
Yes.
And then, you know, the impact that even rappers and R&B singers and people in the music, the athletes and telling people to go vote, it was just so impactful and it was so important. So she definitely made that happen. Outside of, you know, like using her voice and actually making a stand and being it from past experience. I mean, that's pure perseverance right there. So shout out to Stacey Abrams. She was
Absolutely.
actually the first African American woman to deliver a response at the State of the Union address, which is pretty cool.
Word, I didn't know that either.
Yeah, so I mean, it's just
I need to
it's
do
a
my
beautiful time to be a Black woman in America.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, even with Kamala, I mean, it's just a lot of great strides, and I'm so like I have a daughter, so of course, I mean, I'm rooting for everybody Black.
All the time. All the time.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it's awesome to see the progress. And I mean, we've talked about it before, even like, you're like, oh, well, like how much change is going to happen? Like, this is the change now.
It is. I guess when we look for change, we're looking for the huge impacts and things to be overnight. It's the subtle things that really matter, though.
Yeah.
These subtle changes build up into, just like we talk about spending money we shouldn't be spending.
Yeah.
$10 here, $20 here.
Yes.
You look up. You're going to spend $260 this week.
Right.
You know, so.
I'm like, right, he's dead ass talking about me.
Yeah, but you know, it's the subtle things. But the person I want to go ahead and shout out, man, I told you I'm a hip hop nerd. I'm going to go ahead with Sean Jay-Z Carter. I want to shout him out, man, not only because he's the best rapper in history, bar none, by far. I will not argue with anybody that has anything to say about any of that.
Really
no argument. But I mean, he's done a lot, man. I mean, just as far as the music business, you can go. He created Rockefeller Records, or helped create Rockefeller Records, that brought you a lot of other artists that we listen to now. I mean, you got Beanie Siegel and he had Cameron there. Like, yeah, he brought a lot to the music industry and helped bridge that gap from, you know, the mainstream and the street stuff, and brought it all together to where us in the hood or whatever was like accepted, you know, by mainstream. And I think that's big for music today. It wouldn't be where it was at without Jay-Z.
And just, I mean, he really came from like the streets, though. You know, like he made something of himself.
He sold drugs.
Yeah, like that shit he talks about is real. It just ain't it's not for show.
And before y'all get to talking about how do y'all know he's been vouched for by numerous people. So
I couldn't just see him just being like, yeah, I was doing. I mean, I'm not a big Jay-Z fan, honestly. I'm more of a J. Cole type person because that's my generation. But has he ever talked about killing people?
About killing people?
Yeah.
Not that he has, no.
Okay, so just like witness to it.
Yeah, and which is real, you know.
Because I guess I just don't like, aside from anything, like I'm not big on black crime, period. I don't think anybody should lose their life. I'm not with gang violence, none of that shit. So it's just like hard for me to listen to certain type of music. I can't support it. Like even about Future, when you say you know, he's pushing perps and shit to kids, and he don't even do that shit. He's not even down with that. So it's just like, because kids love Future. I mean, I like Future's free toxic shit, but
yeah, I like the toxic shit for sure. I like that stuff.
He loves The Weeknd. Super toxic.
It's toxic.
But he's not toxic at all. I don't get it.
Me?
Yeah.
Oh no, you know.
He's the most laid back, I mean, babe, whatever you want type person. Like,
I just don't want no smoke.
I bring it.
You can have whatever you
No,
like.
I really don't. I really don't bring no smoke. I'm pretty chill too.
Cool.
We're two peas in a pod.
Cast. But to continue though, man, you know, Jay-Z also, he's showing us how to, like, I'm not a businessman, I'm a businessman.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he's showing us how to be
empire.
you know, he's responsible for Tidal, Rockaware. He's, you know what I'm saying, he owns Duce, he has Ace of Spades, he has a big hand in the 40/40 Club, Rock Nation Sports. Like,
Doesn't he own a basketball team?
He did. He was part owner of the Brooklyn
New York,
Nets.
Brooklyn.
Yeah, but he sold his stock. He's done with that. But
Okay.
still, he brought them to Brooklyn.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? You have to be respected and have a certain amount of power to be able to bring something to Brooklyn like that. They haven't had a Brooklyn team since the 70s, I think.
Really? Wait. So he created a team in Brooklyn?
He brought the Nets, New Jersey, made them the Brooklyn Nets.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so, you know, that's that business mind.
Yeah. Anything that can make money and create that legacy, you know, because that's really what it's about.
I mean, he has a sports agency where he has some of the biggest sports stars.
So who are some people that are under him?
Robinson Cano was a big baseball star.
Okay.
He had Kevin Durant at a point
Really?
in time.
Wow.
Yeah, like there's a lot of people in his.
Shout out KD.
Yeah, KD's.
Because those are my initials. Not for long. No.
Yeah, not for long.
Just for a couple more months.
You won't be able to shout him out.
That's gonna be so weird changing my name. Like, people are gonna be like, Mrs. Williams. I'm gonna be like, what the fuck y'all talking about?
Yeah, don't play too stupid. You better know. Don't play too crazy.
No, it'll take me a hot second.
But I mean, when you think of the business, he just opened up like a weed dispensary, a weed company.
I was thinking we should get into that. We'll talk about that offline, but
I'm too stupid. I can't smoke. I'll do the
No,
business
I'm not saying
part.
we gotta smoke. I'm saying we can produce.
I am like,
look at this basement. We can grow some plants down here.
yeah, and I'm gonna walk down here and get a contact. I'm not gonna be the function for the rest of the day. It's
Still,
all bad.
we have to
It's
see
all
him
bad.
high. I'd like to.
You ain't going to. But other than that,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you know that you have a business mind away from just the rap when you're worth $1 billion.
That's crazy.
The first hip hop billionaire, that says a lot. And
Shit, and he's got Beyonce?
And he's got Beyonce.
Like, damn, that's a win in itself.
Hey, he won. He could die today and be like, look,
Yeah.
I won.
I mean, he not only has Beyonce, he has her children. He gave her 3 kids. Like,
Yeah.
that's his, regardless.
Yeah, he trapped her. Kudos.
Yeah, because he's an ugly ass motherfucker.
Don't do my mans like that. And
So would you say he's decent looking?
I wouldn't know. I don't get into that.
All right, but you know he's ugly as shit.
Listen, he has a great
He has
personality.
a
When you have a great personality, you can be
That's what
ugly
females
like
be
that.
saying to ugly dudes.
They just got money. Y'all not slick. Y'all riding their pocketbook.
Can you drink some of your wine so it looks like I'm not the only one drinking my wine?
I'm talking. I'm
Okay,
talking.
my bad.
Anyway, and last but certainly not least with Jay-Z is he's leading the push amongst the stars and the people with a voice for prison reform.
Mm-hmm.
And we all know somebody locked up for something that they shouldn't be locked up for or spent too much time for what they did.
Wrongfully convicted or just doing, I mean, I have a lot, like, you know, I have my hand in a little bit. My brother is actually in prison doing a life sentence. He's only 19 years old. I mean, yeah, obviously he was guilty, but I mean, I just feel like there's definitely some time there's revision is needed because especially when you're a 19-year-old kid and now you got life.
Yeah.
You know,
tough.
I just
That's
feel
tough.
I understand the whole concept of life for a life, but you learn your lesson after at least a good 25.
Yeah.
At least a good 5. Like, you know, like
you're
it
supposed
doesn't.
to go there. You're supposed to go to
Not
jail
saying
to-
that 5 years is sufficient. I was just saying
Yeah,
your
yeah,
lesson
yeah.
is learned from your wrongdoing.
Well, you know, when you go to jail, it's supposed to be to learn a lesson.
Rehabilitation.
Yeah, it's rehabilitation, but you have to send it back out there.
Yeah, and
Then what's
see
the
if
point?
this is working. Like, you're just gonna take some, and then I've even seen people get life sentences off drug charges.
Yeah.
When they get out, all their money is gone. All like they don't have shit. You guys seized it all. So why am I still being punished?
And we've had this conversation about drugs, and we'll probably get into it again on here at some point. That was a really good conversation about what drug dealers do to the community and everything. But your point, your stance is they're killing people, they're ruining families, and they're doing stuff while they're selling drugs. But you have to realize what they're coming from and why they feel like they have to do that to make it.
There's other outlets, but like you said, we can get into that somewhere else.
Yeah, we're definitely gonna do that. But
yeah.
yeah, but that you know, shout out to Jay-Z, man. These are 2 people that we brought up that are making history like before our eyes, and at some point, years down the road, they'll be acknowledged like people that should, like, you know what I'm saying? You brought up a female that's doing big things. They'll be brought up with possibly the Harriet Tubmans, the Rosa Parks. With the
they'll be in history books.
And
I can guarantee you both of these people will be in some sort of or fashion of a history book.
yeah, and their work isn't done yet.
No.
You know, they still got stuff that they can be doing. So, you know, shout out to them. And, you know, last year, this year, man, it's been so tough because we've lost a lot of people.
Yeah, a lot of people in the Black community too.
Yeah, so I mean, just some people I want to shout out and, you know, rest in peace to that we lost recently, you know, some key figures, you know. We lost Black Panther, man, Chadwick Boseman, like.
Wakanda forever.
Yeah, Black Panther and Jackie Robinson, like that was a big role, powerful role too.
Joshua didn't want to believe that he was dead. Like, he was like, Black Panther's not dead. Like,
I mean, we lost Tiny Lister, Debo from Friday, man.
hide your chain.
Man, I'm just going to tuck mine in, you know what I mean? But Hank Aaron, you know, he was a Black person that broke Babe Ruth's home run record.
Mm-hmm.
Like he had death threats for that. Like if you break, we're gonna kill your Black ass if you know what I'm saying. He did it anyway.
Pivotal in the sports community for sure.
We lost Betty Wright, you know, R&B legend. We lost Little Richard, rock and roll legend. We lost Katherine Johnson, the first black woman of NASA. Y'all seen the movie? Taraji played her. You know, she just passed. I think she was
I mean, Isabel just watched that. What is it called?
The movie? I forget.
Oh, man.
But she
just watched
she's like
that.
93 or 95, so she definitely lived her full life.
She lived her life, yeah.
Very impactful black woman, you know, so we lost her. We lost Jeanette Dubois, Walona from Good Times. We lost Gail Sayers. He's a Hall of Fame running back. We lost Coach John Thompson from Georgetown. Allen Iverson said he saved his life.
Wow.
Allen Iverson.
Yeah, I remember. I follow him on Instagram. I didn't know who he was, but just he was like a second father to him. Like, I know he was very impactful. And it's crazy because, like, I know, like, as far as children go in sports, like, for you want to be that impactful. I mean, yeah, you have 3 kids now, 2 more stepkids, so we have a family of 5 now. But just how set out you are to be an impact in someone else's life, and it's just like you had that road to follow, and it wasn't like you weren't able to attain your goals that you wanted to.
Right.
So it's just like if you're able to
help somebody.
Help someone see your vision.
I know. Like I think about it all the time. You know, being an athlete, like I said, and not making it. Every athlete wants to be a pro. Yeah. They always want to, but life happens. But I sit back and think about it sometimes. Like, yo, I know exactly where I fucked up at. Yeah. And to make sure, to be that person, to make sure that somebody doesn't do that and they make it to where you want to, that's a beautiful thing. It is. Coach Thompson was about making men more than he was basketball players. And every single one of his players will tell you that. Yeah. So, you know, shout out to him. You know, John Chaney from Temple. Coach Chaney, he was a huge impact on black players and was successful at Temple. Sekou Smith, man, he was an NBA
What happened
analyst.
to him? I just recently saw that.
Sekou Smith, he died. He's been sick for a while. Don't quote me, but I think it might have been like a form of cancer. Okay. And then maybe COVID issues. Cancer. For sure, you dirty bitch. Yeah. For real, but yeah, he's gone, and you wouldn't know, but MF Doom, a lot of y'all might not know him, but he's like an underground legend. He wore like a mask. That was his thing. He wore a mask. And I heard a good point, man. How y'all gonna take the masked rapper in the year that everybody's wearing masks? Wow. That's crazy. You know, that's real crazy. Yeah. And, you know, man, it happened last year. Last but certainly not least, man, you know, his 1-year anniversary of his death was recently. Kobe Bean Bryant. Kobe. Man. Rest in peace. We miss you, man. We just miss, you know, the father that you were, and I miss just the competitor that you were. Yeah. You know, it still doesn't seem real. Like, there's just some people in the community, like in that kind of community, that you just think are invincible. Like, you're like, it's not possible for you to, I mean, you just see this person living for years, living a long, and just how tragic that accident was, and losing his daughter. I mean, man, I feel for their family. I mean, we're just normal people. Like, we don't, I mean, we're just ordinary people.
Yeah, like, we don't have any, like, Vanessa's not thinking about us, but we're thinking about her. Yeah. And it's just so sad to be in her, I would never want to be in her shoes, but I definitely feel that I would understand where she's coming from, just because I am a mom and I will be a wife at, you know, in a couple months. I mean, I feel like I'm a wife now, but
and you could just tell her she just loved them so much, man. Like,
that was her baby. Like, that was her first love. I mean, they met when she was 17, I think.
Yeah, he was pulling up, I think, in like a helicopter at her high school to pick him.
Yeah.
And that's not the most G shit ever. You pull up in a helicopter, and I know she's looking like, yeah, that's me right there. Mm-hmm. But, you know, part of the reason that she loved him so much and their relationship was so dope was, you know, Kobe was such a competitive person.
And she was just as nuts.
So, you know, I heard him saying that one of the ways that they stayed fresh and engaged in each other and never lost that spark was they always wanted to outlove each other. Yeah. And I think that's super dope. Like, just think about competing like that. Like, it might sound mushy.
You'll never get sick of each other if you're constantly not fighting for each other's love, but competing against it. Yeah, that's like, super dope to me. I love you more, and I'm gonna show you why. You know, like, not just, I love you more. Because me and him say it to each other, like, all day, every day. Like, I love you. No, I love you more. Like, we're that couple.
You hang up. No, you hang up. I'm not hanging up until you hang up. No,
right.
You hang up. Yeah.
But we also show each other. We make that effort to be like, no, I love you more because I do this. Not like we're pushing it on each other's throat. I'm gonna show you. Because actions speak louder than words, period, in any aspect. So it's easy for us to show each other because it's genuine, it's organic, it's real, you know, like.
Yeah, so I mean, we kind of incorporate that in our relationship. You know, we kind of already did it, but once we heard that story, I'm like, yo, we should really like attack it like that.
Yeah.
Like, we should really make sure that we're still fighting for each other and making sure that, I mean,
it's fun. It's a lot of fun. And you're not focused on anybody else. Like, we'll get into that a little more into the episode or whatever, but you're just not focused on, you just feel so satisfied with your life. Like, obviously we have a blended family. We have kids with other people and we just all come together and it feels so right. So just keeping that spark alive in our relationship, it's so easy to just be focused on us.
And dudes, man, you know, I used to be the guy to listen to somebody like this, like, oh, you whack as hell. You talking about you love your girl, your salt, but you can't do that just with anybody random, and that's
hey,
why
look at Fab. Look at Fab. He just sent me a post the other day talking about Fab saying something like, oh yeah, y'all want to be in the streets, but this is where it's at. This is I mean, I don't want to take any advice from a woman beater, but
that's alleged. I ain't see no pictures. I didn't see the Rihanna pictures in the Lamborghini.
Oh,
I ain't see that.
Oh, so you saying Chris isn't guilty?
No, I'm saying I seen those pictures.
Oh,
I didn't see anything from Emily saying like that.
Who would make that up? Don't call her a liar. Protect our women.
I didn't say that, but I'm saying it's alleged.
Okay,
it's alleged. That's all I'm gonna say. Shout out Fab, man.
Shout him out. No.
I mean,
we can talk about this when we get done.
If he did it, then you ain't shit neither. But it wasn't confirmed, so you don't want to throw nobody in the bus when it's not confirmed. That's all I'm saying.
I guess. I get where you're coming from, but yeah, if he did do it,
if he did it, you foul. You super foul. You gonna try to chip her tooth because your shit fucked up. Don't
like, bitch, you won't match me.
Yeah, just keep rapping, man. You good at that. But
he's decent at it now.
Yeah, he was
better. He fell off.
He's trying to appeal to the young crowd now.
Yeah,
and it hurts my soul because I'm a big Fab guy.
40 something?
You just about 40 now.
Stick to what you know, Fab.
And Fab, man, he can still rap his ass off, but he just wants to try to, the longevity thing is trying to appeal to the newer crowd.
Yeah.
And the way he does it, he makes newer music, and it hurts me. It hurts my soul.
You're just like, where's that old school shit?
Yeah,
because he's real. Like, I mean, even the music you listen to today, like Conway and
shout out the Machine. Conway.
But like even that type of music, I feel like it's still somewhat old school.
You know what they call that?
What?
It's boom bap. They call that boom bap hip hop. Okay. When it's still the old sound, the beats and the drums, and you just rapping.
Yeah. It's no hook. It's no specific. Like catchy catchy sound,
I love it.
I like it too to a certain point because I feel like
shout out all the Griselda because I listen to them every day.
Yeah, he swears he's from fucking New York, but that's
in my past life. I'm probably from Brooklyn, for real.
Well, I'm glad you were in Detroit or in Michigan when I met you. So
yeah. I still got a pair of Timbs. But going back
this boy was trying to wear some Timbs in the summertime. I'm like,
listen, I will do it and won't none of y'all say anything about it.
I would. But speaking of relationships, you want to talk about ours for a minute? I mean, this was like one of the big topics we wanted to talk to was relationships because we are getting married in what, like less than 60 days? Or no, it's like 60. What month is this? February, March, April. So let's just say 80 days, something like that.
Give or take. So, and this shit, relationships, we weren't scholars in that. We had to figure this shit out. We had to go through some things to really get where we at too. So, it's something we want to talk about, and it's a topic that needs to be talked about more.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of people are just. I'm gonna just finish that.
Go ahead.
I feel like a lot of people are just so over relationships because dating in 20
is trash.
You know what I'll say, since you just don't get it, like you see all of how relationships would last back in the day, and you're just like, what went wrong? Why are people like this?
You know how they say we in the microwave era?
What does that mean?
The microwave era is, even with music, like, it's constant. It's all the time. It's all the time. Nothing sits. Like, it's just constant stuff all the time.
Yeah, it's back to back.
Yeah,
you don't sit with anything. Like, okay, for an example, when JFK died, people were distraught over that for months, maybe the whole year, right?
Yeah, people died.
There wasn't anything else for them to attach to and have that traumatic experience. Now it's like, Kobe died, Chadwick died, okay, COVID, it's just, it's so much different things. It's so many different things, and I just feel like and that's how it is with relationships. There's so many different options, social media, dating sites, the cell phone in general. I mean, just how mobile it can be.
Accessibility.
Yeah, it's just really accessible, and people just don't feel like they have to settle down. And what's that song where he's like, miss one train, 15 more coming, or something like that?
Who said that? Was that Kanye?
No. Maybe it was Ludacris? I don't know.
Maybe it might have been.
But it's something like that, but that's true. Like, okay, well,
people
this
in the
bitch
video
pissed
gonna
me
kill
off.
us. They're gonna be like,
right?
oh, it was dumb as hell. It was
Look, we've had a couple
Lupe.
classes. But no, I wasn't no Lupe. But I mean, people have had like the littlest things can piss people off, and you don't want to fuck with that bitch no more ever again. Like, that bitch, her middle toenail, it was falling off a little bit. It just looked funny. I'm not fucking with that bitch no more. Oh, let me go talk to Lakeisha now. Like,
before you like. If somebody would text my phone and I felt like you're punctuating, like if you sounded stupid and had run-on sentences in your text messages, I might not text you.
It's a text. It ain't that deep.
Listen,
but he is like a scholar in his texting. He'll use quotation marks, exclamation points, just commas after everything. And I think at the time, I was like, oh, okay, you know how to read? Like, okay.
Yeah. Shout out to Mr. Saito. Willow Run, y'all know who I'm talking about.
But no, I guess it's just so easy for people to get wrapped up in so many different options and have the ability to seek something else. And you're not committed, and I feel like that's a big thing. Is nobody is committing to each other. Y'all just fucking, and it's just a cycle. Y'all talk for a minute, y'all get really interested in each other, and then y'all start fucking, and then.
You got another DM, so
no, it's not even that, because you could y'all could both be cool with each other, but then you don't. It just falls off because it's like, all right, well, we just fucking, we never established anything. Like, nobody has those hard conversations anymore.
Nobody lets it be known what you want.
No intentions are made. And that's what I started doing before I met him.
I tell one of my homegirls that all the time. Make sure that you establish that shit up front.
Don't be afraid to let people know what you want.
Yeah, like, because most people are like, oh, she bugging. Like, we just start talking. No, I'm letting you know what it is now. So if you fall away from this,
you won't say it. Yep, you won't say, oh, well, you didn't tell me that. You didn't tell me you wanted that. Like, my nigga, yes I did.
Yeah. So, should we tell them how we met? About that magical day?
Yes. So, we were on the beach and it was beautiful. I was wearing a bikini, the best shape of my life. And I was just like running down the beach, Baywatch style, Super slow.
It was like slow motion. Like, the sand was kicking up slow mo and like getting into her hair and shit.
No, we met on Facebook.
Facebook, yeah.
Talking about social media. We hate social media, but we met.
That's the one good thing that came out. Because listen, social media is the devil. I hate social media. But, I mean, I met my woman on social media. So shout out Facebook, Mark Zuckerberg. Look.
We were friends for a minute.
Yeah. We
were friends for a few years on Facebook, and it was just like general conversation here and there. And then one day I kind of like slid in his DMs about something
we were bullshitting
sexual. We were like,
really bullshitting.
We were attracted to each other, but it was just like, we didn't know. I think our issue was we didn't know if we were involved. We never got the courage to ask. I don't know why you figured.
Why wouldn't I? Why wouldn't you be?
Did you ever see a dude on my page?
No.
Okay.
But I mean, maybe you're one of
the secretive ones.
Yeah, you don't have a new dude on your shit all the time. You know? So maybe you were one
I guess, but look, we here now.
Yeah, it don't even matter.
It was just like, you know, we kind of just started talking, and we fell off for a minute from talking.
And what's crazy is look where we at now. We're engaged to get married in less than 3 months. The first time I said something to her on Facebook, she ain't even respond. She left me on red.
I saw him and I was like, he looks like a player. I was like, he just looked. He was wearing. I was checking front of the picture because he looks sexy as fuck. I was just like, damn, he is fine as fuck. He looks like he just be hoeing bitches. So I was like, I'm not about to be in that rotation.
I had a pink T-shirt and a lineup, so it just means I'm just
and a cap on.
I'm just slaying hoes.
You know, for the longest time, I didn't know you were bald.
I was
hat
fishing you the whole time.
You were.
Wow.
And you know what's crazy? You posted a picture when you were at the gym and you had a headband on, and I was like, oh, he's bald, and
damn, I almost got curved.
And it's funny because I've always been attracted to bald guys with beards, like, but it was never like, I just thought they were all grown and sexy, so it was just like a, you know, like
something like me.
Like a little fetish. But I never dated anybody that was bald. Like it was like, I don't know. I didn't really give a fuck.
27 years old. You don't know that many bald head niggas.
Besides my daddy.
They still got baby hair. So I'm just saying, but. Yeah, we met on Facebook, man. We ain't really got no crazy story of.
But we're gonna tell our kids we met, like, at Walmart produce aisle.
Yeah, for sure. Like, she dropped a green pepper and I picked it up and like rubbed it on my shirt and gave it to her like, this must be yours. And then it was just like sparks. And then I was like, I grabbed a banana like, you want one of these? And like waved it.
You should have said a cucumber, baby. You know.
I mean, yeah.
I'm kidding.
One of those little baby bananas that be at the thing, I waved it around like, is this yours?
Yo, you are goofy.
Nah, definitely.
So all right. So back to us meeting. What were you looking for in a relationship?
Okay, so honestly, when we first met, I wasn't looking for nobody. I wasn't looking.
When we first met, like when we first started talking, or when we went on our first date. Because we were talking for like a month and a half before we even met, just texting.
Well, that was still the same time. I wasn't really looking for anything. You know, dealing with somebody, but not dealing with them, just a little, just not to be bored. But everybody that I met, I wasn't. Well, I wasn't looking for anything. I didn't really want a relationship at all. I was kind of over it. But if I would have been looking for somebody, and this didn't just happen out of nowhere organically the way that it did, I'd have been looking for somebody first and foremost. Like I said, I'm a father of 3 kids, and they come before everything. So if you want to be attached to me at any point, you have to be able to be good with kids. If you're not good with my kids, if one of my kids legitimately can't stand you and they have any reason to, you're gone. Yeah, it's a wrap. Like you have to get. It's like a video game. Like you got to get past them to get to the boss. Yeah. You got to get past them first, and if you don't get past the kids, you don't have a chance. Because
kids have good radars, though. Like, I don't know. Zaire doesn't like nobody.
Zaire likes you, but Zaire loves you, but Zaire's just. He's just. The same shit he does to
you. He does it to everybody. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, at first I was like, maybe he doesn't like me, but then I was like, oh no, he's just.
I'd be like Zaire. I'm like, Freaky Zeke, come here, man. He's like, shut up.
But so his favorite words are "shut up" and "but." He thinks I don't think he realized that's like the only words he uses in his vocabulary right now. It's so funny.
Yeah, on a consistent basis.
But his dad will obviously correct him and be like, "Don't say that." But
yeah, he'll just be like, tell me to shut up.
He'll just be like, "Shut up," and then his dad will be like, "Don't say that." He'll be like, like he'll try to. He just swears he's getting away with something. Yeah, even for now it's cute and funny, but eventually, I mean,
he got his first haircut today.
Look at that.
Yeah, that's my guy. He got his first haircut today, and his barber like, Zaire, what's up, man? I ain't seen you in a while. What's going on? He like, shut up. I'm like, Zaire, chill out, man. He like, why you? He like, what you say? He's like, but. I'm like, Zaire, man, why y'all be an asshole like that? Like this, he was being cool, but. My kids was number one. You have to be able to be good with my kids. If you can't treat my kids as yours, I don't want nothing to do with you.
Cut off.
Other than that, you know my sense of humor is warped. Yes. I have a crazy sense of humor. I find humor in everything, even things that shouldn't have any type of humor in it, you know. So I needed somebody that wouldn't have a stick up their ass anytime I wanted to tell a joke or a joke about something.
Do you think I'm good with that?
You're great with that because your sense of humor ain't shit neither.
I know.
I'll say
we are so mean.
I'll say something out of line that I would think like, damn, she probably gonna say something about that, and her comeback would be worse than mine. I'm like, yo, you going to hell, yo. Like, it's bad.
I guess for me, I had 2 younger brothers, and my oldest of the youngest brothers, if that makes sense. So the whatever.
Shout out Deshaun.
Yeah, Deshaun is a fucking character. Like, I don't even know. I don't think he knows how to. He doesn't know how to be appropriate, for one, and for 2, he doesn't know how to be serious.
Listen. I can be the nicest person, but I'm very sarcastic, and I can be an asshole in a joking way. He's got me beat by a long shot. He's an asshole, but he's super funny. So just that sense of humor, I needed that because I would hate to be with somebody.
I was trained well.
You were. Yeah. Shout out to your brothers for you know preparing you for a dude like me that has no filter.
I don't even think, like, compared to my brother, I don't even think half the shit you say is bad. I'm just like, okay.
Yeah.
What else though, baby? What else were you looking? I mean, what were deal breakers? Obviously, the kids' sense of humor.
So one deal breaker, you can call me petty if you want to. I didn't want somebody that lived on social media.
Oh, okay.
Somebody, I mean, obviously social media, you can be on there, but I didn't want a chick that's always on there, half naked, ass out, like, you know what I'm saying, the influencers, the same ones that ended up having OnlyFans.
I mean, because eventually those women are just thirsty for attention. So, I mean, they would require, not, shout out to any woman doing her thing, but I'm just saying, like, you require a lot of attention, period. So you are going to require that same amount of attention in a relationship.
And I'm not.
And who can keep up with that?
I'm
My God, that seems exhausting.
Because if I, like.
Even men, there's some men out there that are just always, shit, my ex, baby daddy number 2, this man, he's a selfie king. Like, that shit's gay.
And that nigga's the size of my middle son, little ass. But
if you're seeing this, yes, we're talking about you.
Yeah, you.
Come holla at us.
But
I was playing.
I'm always open to conversations in unfortunate situations. Shout out to Taxstone. We can arrange unfortunate situations and circumstances. But yeah, I'm not into those type of chicks in social media where you're just always doing. Yeah. Always naked, always wanting attention, always thirsty. I can't.
I just look so innocent on my social media, I feel like.
And you ain't.
A lady in the streets, but
we ain't even gonna go there. But yeah, and then other than that, I just needed the person to be ready. But yeah, I just need the person to be ready. You know,
for a commitment.
For the commitment, for the actual relationship. You know, I didn't really want somebody that I was gonna end up messing with and then going through the motions and then dropping them and then going, like, I needed somebody
that's
that was
so
on the
scary
same.
For that big of a commitment, though.
It really is, but that's what I'm saying. It's either you ready or you not. And if you're not ready, then I have no issue with that.
Yeah, just
don't
invade my space.
Yeah.
And that's what a lot of people don't realize is that, I mean, even dating somebody with kids and co-parenting, I want to have like a whole other topic about co-parenting and dating people with kids on another segment.
That's a whole episode.
But just, I've dated and talked to dudes that weren't ready to be a step parent. Why did you waste my time? Why did you even, you know what I mean? Like, if you're interested in somebody and you think they're attractive and you're, you know, like you're just attracted to them as a person, they're not just a singular person anymore. They are a package deal. Like, you can't I'm going to fuck with you, but I'm not going to fuck with them kids. Like, no. Because eventually, I mean, typically any woman or man that has kids is expecting you to be a part of their kid's life, period. Yes, so when you're trying to make your way to that person, it ain't going to go nowhere.
Right.
I mean, you're wasting your time. You're wasting her time, his time. I mean, it's just time wasted, and it's also lessons learned.
Especially if you meet the kids, that's confusing to the kids.
Yeah.
Because then if you look up and you didn't have 4 or 5 people around your kids, and they all disappear, they're like, what?
That's unk.
Right. Like, what are you doing? Like, who's this new person? And they'll pick up on that shit.
Yeah.
Like, so who's this new?
And that's
guy?
learned behavior.
Yeah, and then
Mm-hmm. They just
the same thing,
kids are sponges. I mean, they absorb everything. So
what was some things that you was looking for? What was some things on your list? It's like, yo, if you ain't.
Well, I sent you a list before. I mean, after we were already dating. But honestly, some of the things I was looking for or expected out of my future partner was I needed somebody to be driven. I mean, and have some sort of ambition. Sheesh. I wanted somebody that was also like a work in progress. I didn't want finished goods.
Yeah.
I wanted to grow with you. You know, I wanted to be able to say, you know what, he has potential to be amazing. I didn't want perfect. I want potential. And to me, you're perfect how you are, but we have so much life to live. So it's just like we have so much potential to be great.
Everybody's a work in progress, and somebody can say that they're not.
But some people are narcissistic and think they're fine. So people don't realize the work that needs to be done either.
They don't need to be in a relationship.
And those are the people that don't need to be in relationships. They think they are ready.
Absolutely.
And it's detrimental and you're toxic because you're thinking, oh, I'm straight, you know, I don't need to fix anything. And you're a whole fucking monster out here, like ruining people's lives.
Yeah. Monster, yeah.
I mean, shit.
A monster.
You should see the dating pool I went through. Monsters. Hideous ones.
Niggas was ugly. But go ahead.
That is mean.
Go ahead. They couldn't all look like
There wasn't a you. That's for sure.
Hey, no, I saw it. The one and only is right here on the chest.
Yeah.
Yeah, one and only.
My one and only. Ladies.
That's true. She crazy.
Try me. Actually, don't. Try Jesus. I needed another thing. A big thing for mine was consistency.
Yeah.
Because you get into that loop of texting for a few days. I go a week without hearing from you. Sir, that's a no call, no show. Like, you're fired.
Yeah, you get fired for
You're
those.
fired. Yeah, I'm not even about to engage anymore. I don't have time for it. I'm not about to be worrying about what you worrying about or what you not worrying about. It's not for me. And I just know I needed more than that. I needed that validation.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. You want to see if somebody's into you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, damn, they text me first. That little shit matters.
Effort.
Yeah,
That's
just
all.
effort. That shit,
just give
that shit
effort.
matters, man.
And I needed somebody that was a good communicator. We are great at communicating. We have the most difficult conversations sometimes.
Listen, our communication and our transparency has got us where we're at right
like
now.
It literally gives me like goosebumps how great of a conversations we have because they're so raw and unedited, and we give each other everything. I'll let him know when I'm pissed or feeling.
And what's dope is, a lot of people have things that are even insecurities.
Yeah.
And when you let your partner know, like, yo, I'm feeling a certain way, like, a lot of people think that that's weak as hell. Like, oh, you feeling insecure? But it's human nature
it's
sometimes.
Human.
So if you're feeling a certain
way,
and your insecurity, if you have one or whatever, is getting beat up and you're feeling a way, you have to let your partner know that.
And communicating helps you grow.
Yeah.
Because if you don't know where you're struggling, you're going to continue to struggle.
Mm-hmm.
So, for an example, if I'm uneasy about something that he's doing, I let him know right then and there. I don't let it happen 2, 3, 4 times. I'm like, babe, I didn't really feel cool about that, because I always have an explanation. It's not just because, I don't like that.
Right.
Then
I'm like, man, shut up.
Right, like, you don't have an explanation. I gotta come with answers, and if I don't have a backup to my a supporting statement, I gotta check myself, because I'm like, okay, so what am I lacking? Yeah. Is it my self-confidence? Do I think I'm whack? It's just like you need to do a self-evaluation and figure out what's wrong.
Yeah, I'm telling y'all, man, if y'all don't let things be known, because if you're pissed off about something that your mate is doing, and you don't say nothing, how the fuck are they supposed to fix it?
You can't.
You know what I'm saying? But now
Yeah.
you mad at them for not fixing
For the
something that
sake
you
of your
didn't voice.
relationship, communicate.
Yeah, you know, don't feel weak because you're telling somebody what's bothering you.
Mm-hmm.
And if they think you're weak for being transparent or whatever, then they gotta go.
Yeah.
Because y'all not gonna work.
I love when my baby's transparent with me. I'm like,
I'm an open
I
book.
feel, no, seriously, I feel like our relationship is just on a different level because and it makes me feel like he can confide in me more. And I just feel like, I literally feel one with this man. Like, I don't, like, we're equally yoked in that sense. Like, we are
Intertwined.
Yeah, like, we're one. And I feel like that's why marriage is just the ultimate next step for us, because it's just like, why not combine us in a union?
So if we were a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, who would be who? I'm peanut butter.
Hey, I'm jelly, because you know this ain't me moving.
Right.
You know you get it because you stiff, and I'm
Yo.
I'm gushy. Back to my point though, and like what I was looking for. Also, trust and loyalty; those are big ones. Like, I feel like that is needed, demanded in every relationship. I needed respect. The respect that is due to me, because I've, you know the relationships I've been through, and it was just no respect, and I didn't respect myself either. So now that I do love myself, I need him to love himself too, at all costs. Because if you can't love yourself, you don't love nobody. You can't.
I'm pretty fucking dope. So
good, because you are.
Yeah, so we good. I got that part.
I also needed my mate to understand my worth and what I bring to the table, and evaluate my assets and really seek the good in me and see what I don't see in myself, and he does that constantly.
When somebody sees your potential or your worth or whatever, it makes them get on their shit because they don't want to lose that.
Yeah, you gotta match up to it for sure.
Hell yeah.
And there's so many things about you that I'm just like, damn, like I'm so inspired by this. So inspired to, like, he is, I really value how driven he is when it comes to certain things, and even like just the littlest things. Like, he is really good at drawing, and I love that he takes 2-3 hours to draw. Like, he's such a perfectionist because he values the work he puts out. So that's why I know he values things in general. Just the littlest things go a long way, because I just know that he's so patient and kind with everything. So I know that everything he does is just with a grain of salt, and
it's just thought out and been gone over 1,000 times. And that was why I told you, like, before I actually proposed, I weighed all options, everything, and like, damn. So
and you still did it.
Yeah. So that says a lot.
I'm a whole fiance.
A whole fiance. Yeah. I thought about all of that stuff because I wanted to make sure that it was exactly what I wanted. I'm not making a decision without doing that.
Yeah.
So, yeah. You passed the test. Good job. Flying colors.
The only test I've ever wanted to pass.
Yeah, flying colors. But is that it? Is it
Yeah, I mean, all right, so speaking of like what we were looking for in a relationship, what do you value the most? If you could pick one thing in our relationship, what would you value the most with us?
Communication.
Okay.
Our communication. Like, I feel like that's gotten us to where we are now.
Yeah.
You can't. Our communication is just it's unmatched.
It really is. I want everybody to have this type of communication.
Yeah.
And it's just like coming out of your comfort zone too. You really got to step outside of your comfort zone and be like, look, and if it doesn't work, like if you communicate and you're open with your partner and it's not there, then you need to go, because it's just never going to be there. And I feel like trust and communication are the two most important things to have in a relationship. Man. Two most important things. Yeah. But for me, the one thing that I value the most in our relationship is the respect.
Okay.
Because oh man, babe, like we are really conscious of how each other, like our feelings.
You have to be, man.
We're so conscious of it.
You gotta give a fuck. You gotta give a fuck about how your partner feels or what they're thinking. That's your responsibility to make sure that they're in the right space.
I could be totally okay, just sitting on the couch, chilling, and he'd be like, babe, what's wrong? I'm just like, I'm just sitting here. He's like, all right, I just want to make sure you're good. Yeah. Like, he's just so conscious of making sure I'm okay.
It's my job. At the end of the day, when you sign up to be in a relationship with somebody, then when you sign up to be married to that person, you gotta make sure they're good. That's on you at the end of the day.
Yeah.
And that's why, like, I told you, you know, when you have something going on, a headache or something like that, I feel so powerless because I can't do anything about it.
Yeah.
It's a fucked up feeling, but I want you to be okay. And like,
it's just,
you have to be like that though. Like,
it's
that's
so
huge.
rewarding. I love it because, and then just like back to the respect aspect, he is just so knows not to overstep certain boundaries.
I'm not that reckless. I mean, I ain't got a filter to a certain extent, but
I let him know if anything does bother me, I'm like, you know, I didn't really like that. Like,
which we haven't had too many of those.
No,
we haven't had. But part of it is because I know what buttons to not push.
Yeah.
But it also has to do with you not being. You're not tripping.
Yeah,
like,
I'm so easygoing.
Yeah,
I'm really
like
easygoing.
Like,
I'm not even gonna lie.
I've said some things where if you were anybody else, you'd probably get frustrated or irritated, like, damn, straight up. But I know you don't rock like that. I know you be good.
Yeah.
You're okay with the way that I say things. That goes back to either sense of humor or that stuff. Like, I can say anything for the most part, and you're cool with it.
Yeah.
So, but I know what to say, what not to say, and what buttons I should or shouldn't push.
We just essentially we genuinely care about each other, and we respect each other's opinions. We respect how we navigate through life, you know. And we were just talking about it the other day, like, if one of us are not on our shit, we're gonna come to each other and be like, you know what, babe, you said you were gonna do this and you're not doing it. So we're a team at the end of the day.
And you gotta be a certain type of person to take that criticism too.
Yes, I love constructive
Tell me when
criticism.
I'm not doing anything.
Yeah, because he's really competitive, so it's a challenge for him. He's like, all right, bet, I'm gonna do it. For me, it's just like, at first I like constructive criticism, but it's like, all right, I feel guilty about myself when I'm not living up to my potential. You know, like, I'm just like, damn, Katrina, like, it's not towards him because he's telling me. It's just like, damn, like, you did say that and you can do it. You're putting yourself in a box, like, limiting yourself. And he's always like, no, babe, like, you don't limit yourself. Like, he sees my potential so much, and sometimes I can't see it for myself. And he's like, you're capable. You're most definitely capable. So he definitely keeps me on my toes.
Okay, can we switch gears just slightly real fast? How do you feel about baggage from past relationships?
I feel like there are certain triggers that can assist in getting angry about something or whatever because you've experienced it before with another person.
Exactly.
And I don't think it's fair to put that on somebody, but it's gonna happen.
Like,
it's most definitely gonna happen.
I've been paranoid just because of, you know, past relationships or certain crazy shit that they did. I'd be like, damn, I'm still looking over my shoulder when I know I ain't even doing nothing wrong. Like, that's how bad it can be.
Yeah.
Even though I could be, I don't know, I could be playing basketball or something like that and be like, damn, oh, she don't walk in here trying to see if I'm here or not. You know what I'm saying?
Talking about me?
Well, just talk knowing you wouldn't do that, but that's things
that I've
experienced, and it's just you know, mentally I'm bringing that into this relationship when it shouldn't be because you ain't nothing like that. But,
and I feel like a lot of times it can affect your current relationship because, I mean, there's been times where I've done shit and he's like, yo, stop comparing me to dude. And it's just like I don't mean to. He just knows about what I've been through with it, and he's just like, no, this ain't that. Stop comparing me to dude. Like, and you gotta give that person a chance to prove you wrong. You can't just open up Pandora's box and be like, yep, you ain't shit. You know, just because all dudes ain't shit, or, you know, like, ain't shit. Is that what I'm trying to say?
It sounds crazy, but all dudes ain't shit.
Yeah, like, you just can't put everybody in a box. Like, you have to give people the opportunity to fuck up on their own. And make their own traits for you to be like, you know what? Because honestly, we've been a year in this thing, right? So I would have never, like, I feel like by now there would have been some sort of a red flag from either of us.
Yeah.
And I haven't had one.
And that's the reason why.
That's crazy.
That's the reason why.
Let me think about it. Red flags.
We almost had red flags, but it was some bullshit.
What? Oh, because
we had some crazy situations before.
I'm surprised
we got
I'm
to
still
it.
here. I'm just like.
Hey, me too, because like we've had situations from people. I ain't even gonna say we. Like there were situations where there were people that, you know what I'm saying, like I had dealt with in the past and I had to talk to in a while, but was so mad when they found out I had a girl. They sending this woman DMs from fake pages.
She was sending me like very inappropriate things. I'm like, bitch, I know what it looks like.
Yeah, like
the fuck?
Like crazy stuff, but like that's another form of baggage too, because some of that shit'll follow you even if you don't want it to.
Yeah. And
like,
even like pictures you sent people before, or videos you've made with others, like be cautious of the people you're doing that shit with.
And listen,
because it could really fuck up your future relationship.
Any dude that gets a picture from a chick and sends it to somebody else is a fucking cornball.
I feel like that's common for dudes to do, because I've sent I've sent dick pics to my sister before. Like, look at this shit I just got.
No, what I'm saying is like, it'll be dudes that'll get mad at shorty for whatever and put her shit on social media.
If you followed me in maybe 2015, you would have known that my ex exposed me all over Twitter.
That shit is.
And it was up for like a few hours before I had to file a police report. He had, I mean, my whole everything out there on Twitter.
I didn't see it obviously, but she told me about it, and like that's the.
And you know what? Shout out to Sierra on my Instagram, because she's the one that told me about it, and I can't believe we've been friends for that long on social media. But she's like, I don't really know you like that, but your ex is like posting naked pictures of you on social media, and I'm like, oh. I was so embarrassed. Like, that was probably the most embarrassing thing of my whole entire life.
Like, I think a dude that will slash a chick's tires or bust a chick's windows out is super corny.
I mean, no, I hate when you say like a dude, or people get emotional. It's okay for people to have those type of emotions.
As a man, you should be able to control your emotions.
Why, as a man? We're all equal.
Yeah, but
we fought for equality.
You did, okay. We're equal.
Okay, thank you.
But
so man, like, woman, because you have
it's
testosterone? It's
not right for either one.
Because you have testosterone?
Just, I don't care how you want to talk about equality. Sometimes I feel like it's stuff that men just shouldn't do.
You're right. And no, I'm just fucking with you, baby.
Yeah, so I always felt busting a chick's windows out or slashing a chick's tires as a man was corny, but exposing a chick.
But certain things are justified.
I'm not listening. I'm not.
Okay, if I don't want to say this, but if I was cheating on you with somebody,
I'm not gonna bust your windows. I'm gonna just take both of y'all life and keep it moving. But like, I'm not gonna bust your windows.
Pray for me, y'all. I'm just playing. He's not gonna have to worry about that.
I'm not gonna slash your tires. I'm gonna just take both of y'all life and probably off, his kids too.
Damn. And then he's been listening to too much fucking Brooklyn music. He's a real killer out here, y'all.
Nah, but. Yeah, we got through some things, that came about from past experiences, and it's fucked up. But I'm just thankful that.
I saw something bigger in him, and it wasn't even. I never felt naive, because typically, like I'd be like, oh, like just let shit slide, and I've never felt naive or.
It was legit some bullshit. She could see it.
Yeah, and I just saw so much in you, babe. Like, I really just saw how great you are with your kids. That was a big thing for me. And how amazing you were with me. He would text me every single morning, like a mini paragraph. Like, good morning, beautiful. Have a great day. Like, this is your day. Today's new. You got this. You can do this. You're amazing at this. And just constantly give me a big ass head. I'm like, yeah. I'm that bitch. Like, I got this.
I mean, when you're into somebody, that's cool. You know what I'm saying? Like, you should definitely do that. But I feel like you can change somebody's day
by text or just by showing them their value.
Like I'm in group chats. You know what I'm saying? My homies, like, y'all know who y'all are. Like, I do the same things with my close friends. Like, yo, good morning, my guys. Like, you know, let's push through. Like, we still got time to do whatever we want to do. Like, the world is ours. We need to lock in and really, you know what I'm saying, push each other to be our best. You can change somebody's, like, the course of somebody's day with that.
Yeah.
And then, you know, obviously with somebody that I see so much potential in, and, you know, that I actually care for or whatever, like, why wouldn't you want to push that person to their highest if you can? So.
What's your favorite thing about me? Just curious.
You put me on the spot. My favorite thing about you, one of my favorite things about you is your belief in me as well.
Like, so like the support.
Yeah, like you supported me just as much, if not more.
Yeah.
Like, you know, you always make me feel like I can do whatever I want to do regardless of what I'm setting out to do, and that's big. That's a huge thing, because that could be the difference between somebody being quitting on what they want to do or being like, you know what, she made me feel good, maybe I can't do this shit, and your shit skyrocketing, you know what I'm saying, you being out of here, you know. So that's a big thing for me. Like, even certain things I set out to do when I felt like it wasn't going the way I wanted, like certain things that you would do or say would make me push, and I would see the benefits of that, not giving up. And part of that is because, you know what I'm saying, you made me feel good about what I was doing and made me think that I could do it. So
I know that you could do it.
Yeah, so that's huge. You know, that's one of my favorite things about you is your support.
Yeah.
You kind of dope. You know, I'll give you that. You dope enough. You made the cut. You definitely made the cut. I mean, you're there. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
what an accomplishment.
Yeah. You
no, seriously, right. It is. I love you. I love you, boo.
Yeah. I love you too, boo. Nah, but is there anything you want to get into about relationships? You want to wrap this up?
Yeah, I mean, shit, this is episode 1. I think we got through a lot. We have so much more to talk to you guys about, and, you know, obviously we trying to keep these within listening minutes. We don't want to bore y'all too much, but we're definitely coming out with more content. We're going to have an episode a week. And I want y'all to stay tuned, subscribe to our YouTube channel, turn on your post notifications, whatever you got to do to make sure that you're listening to Two Peas in a Podcast every week. What days we releasing? Wednesdays?
Well, we got to see how it goes with the...
Yeah. So we'll let y'all know. We'll keep y'all posted. But whatever the day we first released our episode, we're going to release it that same day every week. And, you know, we just want you guys to stay connected because this is fun for us. We're excited. We're involved, and what if you have extra topics you guys want to list for us, let us know. We're definitely open to suggestions. Any reviews you want to give, shout it out. I mean, we like we said, we love constructive criticism, so we're here for it.
We feel like we have a lot of things that we can give to y'all as far as content and just things to make y'all think. You know, we'll go from talking about mental health and things that we've been through that some of y'all can probably relate to.
Childhood
memories, trauma, man.
I mean, there's so much shit we want to talk about.
We can go from that, and then we can go to, I mean, the crazy shit that we see on social media. You know, we can talk about that.
Social media, I feel like, is going to be an episode within itself.
We're going to talk about social media probably a lot on this.
Yeah.
We're probably going to get to that a lot.
Because it's so prominent in our generation.
Yeah, it's out there, and so much. I mean, social media is our news now. Who needs channel 247?
You know what's so crazy? I was just watching channel 2 the other day, and they were showing news that I already saw. And I'm like, yo.
Yeah, so.
Shade Room had it covered.
Shade Room is the news for the dumbest shit that really.
And I don't even follow them. Everybody else just follows them, so they show like the most important ones.
Yeah.
But y'all, look, we're gonna wrap it up. I'm glad that you guys listened in, and we're excited for this. Like I said, subscribe, leave comments, let us know what you're expecting of us.
This is episode 1, so you know what I'm saying, we got a little bit of growing to do. Like, this is as raw as it gets. Ain't neither one of us got a background in media. Like, this is us just starting and going, and then it's gonna get better and better. We're gonna get, y'all gonna love it, man. Y'all really gonna love it. So just stay tuned. Like she said, subscribe to us on YouTube. You know, follow us on Instagram, 2 Peas in a Podcast. You know, follow us there. You'll get a lot of our information there.
2 Peas in a Podcast.
This will be on Apple
Music, Spotify,
all your streaming YouTube services, man. You know?
Trying to get on Tidal. Shout out Jay-Z if you listen.
Hov, man. You know you gotta really like sign with Tidal. So look, listen, Hov, look, holla.
Biggest fan right here.
No,
Beyonce. Let me get some Ivy Park. Thanks, boo.
Yeah, you know, we gonna get on title one day, but yeah, man, we about to go ahead and wrap this up. You know, we done drank our Earl Stevens.
All gone.
Shout out to E40.
Like...
Ooh. So, you know, we got to go chill, but man, we gonna holler at y'all later.
We about to go get it in.
Yeah, but yeah, man, we out. Salute, we gone, right? All right.
We out this thing.
We out. Peace.
Bye, baby.